What's going on, YouTube? This is Dr. Tayler Jacobs, and of course, this is not our normal, regular uh, type of recording with the good cameras. This is literally just on my MacBook. I'm at my in-laws' house in Arizona, but I did want to kind of talk about a couple of things that I think is very important. I'm actually going to start IG, so I'm going to be talking to IG and you at the same time. So y'all bear with me because this is a live stream. What's going on, Kingdom Cousins? This is Dr. Tayler Jacobs. And listen, I'm extremely ecstatic to kind of talk to you guys about the main critical pieces why being a lackluster employee is the number one cause of demise for you as an entrepreneur. These are just things that I've observed over my time and things that I hope that you will be able to see for yourself. So that you can be able to make sure that you don't make the same mistakes that other people make, especially when it comes to building your business. So these are the 10 reasons why crappy employees make terrible entrepreneurs. I know y'all hear a lot of times people online, they talk about how like I was a trash entrepreneur or I wasn't a good entrepreneur. I mean, I wasn't a good employee, which is why I started my own business. But the truth is that if you look statistically, at the people who excelled in corporate America and they transitioned to building their own business versus the ones who were trashy employees and where their businesses kind of stand, it's easy to kind of see who worked for somebody and who didn't based on organizational structure and the things that matter. So listen, I'm never going to tell you something. I'm always going to tell you, things that are the best for you. They're not always going to be them buzzwords that go viral to make you feel like, like Dr. Jacobs is giving me hope. No, I'm going to break some things down. There are 10 reasons. Y'all got to stay with me because maybe as you're on your current job, you'll find a little bit more appreciation for the job that you're currently on. So right now I'm on IG, I'm on YouTube. We live right now. If y'all can hear me clear, press the number 1 because I want to get right into it because I got 10 points and I don't want to be blowing your stuff up too long. But a lot of the gurus online, a lot of business coaches online, they are teaching you in a manner that is not, how do you say, um, that ain't right. I don't know. I don't know how to say a better word versus listen. And let me park here before I even move any further. If you, as an entrepreneur, the main piece of your marketing, this isn't even one. Okay, I'm just giving like a precursor. If you, as an entrepreneur, if your main marketing is bashing jobs and people who have jobs, you also have to remember how many people who have jobs actually fund your entrepreneurial life. See, when you pull back all the BS and all the misnomers that we hear, and all this crap that you're getting in your ear that's not true business acumen, that's not true business development. Matter of fact, all of the business owners that I look up to on a regular basis, they absolutely appreciate employment. Matter of fact, most of them actually desired to be working for someone. And in case y'all didn't know, I had entrepreneurial I hope the network marketers don't like me because it'll bring some truth to what's going on, D. So listen, let me tell you a small fact. Here's a small fact. 90% of your business, of people that patron your company, are people that have jobs. And most of the people that I look up to wanted a job. They wanted to work for someone. They just reached what we call your cap. Those are the people that take off in business. You no longer had room to go because you excelled where you are. So y'all already know, not only am I giving you 10 steps, I'm also going to give you a biblical reference so that you can see that all great men and women, including in the Bible, the Quran, wherever you worship, I can show you an example where someone sat under someone until it was their time to lead. And we're going to talk about that in a little bit. And here's a small little tip tick thing, or not tick thing, like a little secret about me that a lot of you all didn't know. Most of y'all had no idea. I actually had no aspirations of running my own company. I had no aspirations at all of running my own business. Matter of fact, when I was married, coming right out of college, to my daughter's mother, when I was married, coming right out of college, I she actually had more of the entrepreneurial desire than me. I was a teacher. I wanted to go through superintendent. I wanted to be a superintendent. And from being a superintendent, I wanted to get into politics. Then from getting to politics, I wanted to figure out how I can work my way up and get right back down to maybe opening up a school and be able to operate. However, what happened was a lot of things transpired to where, as a first year teacher, I was making more than what a superintendent was. Or I wasn't making more. I was close to, I was like $20,000 a year off. So me as a first year teacher, in the contract that I negotiated, hey mama, you know I love you. And then the contract I negotiated, I was making just as much or near what assistant superintendents and superintendents were making. And so I saw my horizon on my cap I could make, and I made the best of my situation where I was. And which is why you're gonna kind of figure these things out, okay? And then here's a second little precursor before I get into the 10 points. The second precursor is this. Most entrepreneurs that don't have a respect for jobs and people who work jobs underpay their employees. They never offer benefits, and they only run their business that benefits them, and they don't care about anybody who runs the business for them. Those are typically the people who were terrible at being employees, because the people that are great at being employees, that understand the work ethic and the time that's put in place, those that go to run a business typically treat their staff in a whole lot different manner than they actually teach their than those that actually didn't matriculate through having an actual job. So I know this ain't gonna be what people want to hear, but I'm gonna tell you what you got to know, because you're not a CEO yet. I just dropped the book. This is the proof copy. Y'all, this thing is loaded. This is the CEO Bible that you need to actually teach you how to navigate from founder to CEO, and all of the nuances and the pieces of stuff that you're going to have to learn. This is literally, y'all, this is a doozy. I don't play no games in this book that I wrote. It's 480 something pages of pure fire, teaching you exactly how to be a CEO. And unfortunately, most of us don't know how to be a CEO, which is why when you're running your business, it's run completely terrible. It's run terribly. Okay. So now let's get right into it. If y'all ready for us to get into the 10 regions, let me see 10 in the chat. Let me see the number 10. Let me see two fives. Let me see something in the chat that's a resemblance of 10. Let me see some 10s in the chat so I can make sure that you can hear me clearly. Okay. I want to make sure that you can hear me clearly. I want to make sure that you're ready, because I'm about to get right into it. And when you guys see the resemblance, I hope that it puts a little fire under your butt so that you can be able to see why you're underperforming running your business, because you don't treat your job in the right manner. Y'all, even my mama putting 10. Okay. I love my baby. Okay. So now, my mother raised us. She raised her and her children to say, wherever you are, be the best at it. And it brings me to King David in scripture, because King David in scripture, although he was told he was going to be king as a child, he did not become a king until he was ready to fit and sit in the position. And unfortunately, a lot of us get told by God, or you're shown a vision by somebody that speaks life into you, telling you how great that you're going to be, and you think that you're ready for what they said you're going to be today. And this is the prime reason why so many of us, we miss our mark, because we don't want to sit down long enough to get trained, taught, and developed in a long term. And I can show you this better. I can show you and prove you better than I can tell you. And so when we think about people, everyone talk about David and Goliath, how he did that, how he become one of the greatest kings that birthed one of the richest sons of all mankind. But the biggest thing that you got to understand is that David still, for 20 something plus years, worked under someone to learn the ropes of what it took for the mantle that's been held. Because a lot of us that go and run businesses, we run businesses and we start companies with a self-serving mentality, which is why you don't have enough to serve yourself. A lot of us go into entrepreneurship with a self-serving mentality, which is why it's hard for you to serve yourself. Because in entrepreneurship, it is the spirit of abundance and more than that actually helps you have the life that you want, which means you got to employ, which means you have to develop, and which also means you have to have a natural, true love and respect for jobs and opportunities, which is why most of us that run businesses that are from minority-led companies, this is why, let me tell you something, hold on. This is why we can't keep talent. The reason why we can't keep talent is because your team sees you on vacation, but they also see how you're not paying them what they're worth in the marketplace. Am I talking already, or y'all missing what I'm putting down? Because I haven't even got to my steps and my tips, and we already stepping on some people's shoes. So let's go and get to it. If you haven't caught this yet, you run a business, you need to go, you are not a CEO yet. This is literally your CEO guide to showing you how to run your business at the highest level to see all of the aspects of your company, not just from a founder's perspective. If you need that, you need to go click the link in my bio. You can get access to it, or go to bizcocapital.co/store, and it'll take you right to the book. Let's get to it. Now, the number one reason, or top reason, why it is hard for people who are terrible at being employees to run a good business is honestly because of lack of work ethic. Yeah, lack of work ethic. As a business owner and as a CEO, I understand that there are areas and departments and things I must accomplish and I must do, whether my staff pays me or not, or whether I have enough money to do it or not. There are still things to this day that within my business that is not a part of my scope of work that I still do to make sure my business ticks. Now, when you are a poor, lackluster, trashy employee, you only do what you get paid for, and you don't do what sustains and makes that's the best for the company. This is why a lot of us miss out. And the reason why a lot of us don't get promoted is because you consider going above and beyond your payroll as brown nosing or kissing ass. When in actually it's a precursor to show God that you're ready for the next position. How can I show that I am ready for the next position if I don't show qualities or attributes that show that the position that I'm in is not enough for what I can bring to the table? Isn't that entrepreneurship? I want to show my clients I'm more than just this for them. I want to show my students I am more than just this for them. I want to show my staff that I'm more than just this for them, which means that I have to do things above my scope of work to show that I can actually fulfill whatever next position that you have for me. So number one, lack of work ethic. Many of us only like to do enough that pays us. Oh, I'm talking and y'all not listening. Y'all ain't sharing this out to nobody yet. Many of us only like to get paid, work for what we get paid to do. And here's the thing about entrepreneurship. There's a lot of times you have to do work before you get paid. There's a lot of times in order to shake up a community or to be a part of an opportunity or to get a client, sometimes you got to do work for free before they actually become your client. Sometimes you got to show and prove that you're able to do it before they're willing to come out their pocket and show you they're able to pay. But if I'm a lackluster, poor work ethic employee at the job, I'm going to go into entrepreneurship thinking that I don't have to put work in to show my work because I said I'm good at it. Listen, listen, y'all can take this. Y'all can take this if you want to, or you don't have to. It doesn't matter to me. But in entrepreneurship, you got to do the free work. Yeah. In entrepreneurship, you got to do the free work. In entrepreneurship, you got to do the things that nobody wants to do. In entrepreneurship, as a leader, you got to go and answer the phones better than the people that's answering the phones. In entrepreneurship, you got to clean a bathroom better than your staff clean the bathroom to show them how it's done. In entrepreneurship, you got to close deals better than the salespeople that close deals to show them where you started from. See, when you're founding a company or you call yourself a self-proclaimed CEO, you have to be 10 times better than your lowest staff or your lowest employee to be able to prove on a daily basis the ability of you fulfilling your position more than you just having a position. But poor work ethic is I only do when I get paid or promoted. Imagine if God only gave blessings. Imagine if you only got the blessing or the opportunity or imagine if you only showed up for God when he actually gave you the blessing. Imagine if we only ate food after it was seen, not when sowing a seed. There is absolutely nothing in life that you can do without having to show or sow a seed before you get the benefit. Nothing. You got to do the work. And lack of work ethic is literally a lack of dedication, motivation, and commitment to your word. Step number one, as an entrepreneur, you have to be able to keep your word. The word may be delayed, but you got to keep your word. And most people who are terrible on the job or terrible doing the job are typically not good at their word. You're a liar. You told them that you would do a job. You have asked do the job on the job. You take the money as if you worked the job all week. Didn't do anything, but yet when you step into entrepreneurship, you think that half-assing your way is going to get you a $10,000 check. It don't work like that. Runway, tell them it don't work like that. It doesn't work like that. You got to be able to get in there and do it. Let me tell you something. Let me break down what work ethic means, okay? Work, the definition of work. Matter of fact, we finna go to class today. The definition of work, I'm gonna show IG, YouTube, I'm sorry, y'all finna miss this one though, is the activity involving mental or physical effort done in order to achieve a purpose or result. So the definition of work is to do something to achieve a specific result. Ethic is based on your morality, based on your integrity. So if I say I'm going to do something, do I do it and complete it based on what I said I would do or based on what my word or my intentions are? When I took the job, did I complete the job or did I half-ass the job because I knew going in I was going to scam the job, barely do anything on the job just to pay for my bills, only for me to go somewhere else to do it? You don't think that those habits follow you? You don't think that those habits are the same reason why your business is underperforming? Can I tell y'all a quick secret? Most of y'all don't know this because I don't go around, putting all my receipts online. This year, just in June, we closed $2.1 million of contracts in a month. I'm not parading on social media. I'm not going around telling people using that as a marketing ploy. Hey, we closed $2 million of contracts or deals in a month. Why? Because the job ain't done. Yeah, we closed the contract, but did the client get their services fulfilled? After I get the client's services fulfilled in full, then I'll go and tell us what we've done. But so many of us, because we lack the work ethic, when you get the money, you promote the money, but you don't complete the deal, which is what you always do even on your job. You get paid, but you don't come through. Man, I'm talking and y'all not listening. You understand? What would it look like for me to promote me getting a contract signed, money up front with $2 million worth of contracts for the year, deals of us to work on businesses for our clients? And then to go online right after bragging about what we closed And my client's going to be looking like, how he bragging on what he closed and he ain't even finished giving me what he offered. That's what you do on a job, right? You tell them what you can do, but you half-ass knowing you was never going to give it to them. And you miss those opportunities of growth and development and understanding the importance of small wins along the way are what give you a certain name and reputation in the marketplace, which will allow for you to do certain things that most people cannot do. I tell a lot of people all the time, and then I'll go to point number 2. I tell a lot of people all the time, I can tell who you'll be in the future based on how you kept your word in the past. So if you want to change your future, you must also change your past. They say, Jake, how can you do that? Because tomorrow will be your past. Did you keep your word on everything you said you was going to do today? So tomorrow you're moving in the next. Maybe this is a little too deep for y'all. Maybe am I hitting too many nerves? Am I a little too deep? Because a lot of people gonna market the BS that you're looking for. I'm gonna tell you what you need. My mother always told me, y'all see my mother, it's the Melanie right there. That's my mother. She say, listen, we don't take no handouts. You take what you earn. You don't just take what's given. You take what you earn. Because if you keep taking the handouts, you're going to start to believe that you are what the handouts are. Meaning you got given a job and given opportunities and given this money and given this and given that. Before you know it, you're going to think you are what you were given, not what you earned. Isn't this what happens to trust fund babies? Isn't this what happens to people that get opportunities and jobs just given to them? They look at it like it's not nothing because there is no morality. There is no standard of excellence. There is nothing that's pure in them that shows that I am who I say I am. A lot of people can say what they want online, but I got receipts that I am who I say I am. Number 2. The number 2 reason why terrible employees become terrible owners and business and entrepreneurs. Number 2, lack of accountability. Incompetence. Listen, crappy employees typically lack competence. They typically lack skills, knowledge, experience to excel in their roles. Listen, y'all don't want to talk about this. As an entrepreneur, when you lack competence and a skill set to stand out apart of the rest, you lose money. And a lot of us that are lackluster on our job, you think it's because of your color you didn't get promoted. Truth is, you're not better. You say, man, this manager just telling me everything to do. They doing this and that. They sit on their butt. Did you not know that a manager's job is to manage you actually completing the work, i.e. manage? So if you want to become a manager, become so good at your job that the people above you start to say, hey, listen, I need them to train. It's so crazy that we find like especially great organizations, the manager is so good that you became independent. Now, when you become independent, you forget that the manager trained you and mad that the manager is managing what you do. See, those that don't respect the manager, it leads me to know, you don't respect being second in command. You don't respect sitting and waiting on your position. You don't respect sitting and learning from the person who used to be in your seat. You so busy being mad they're in that position that you never asked them, how'd you get there? And can I tell you something? Terrible employees, typically the ones that complain, lack the skill sets to actually execute. In entrepreneurship world, when we deal with our clients, most of them that are complaining actually lack the skill sets to actually complete the thing they're complaining about. So of course you're going to be upset. Of course you're going to claim. Can I tell y'all something? I'm gonna tell y'all a small truth. And if my mother right here is still in the chat, she gonna tell you if I'm lying or not. Okay. It didn't matter if white folk, Mexican folk, Asian folk, it didn't matter if they didn't want me in the position. Because I am the best, they had to step aside. I got so good at what I did that it did not matter if they chose to ice me out, X me out, not give me the opportunity. They had to recognize me for being the best in the insurance industry because I became the best regardless of color. See, we still stuck on colors. Well, that's such and such friend, or that's such and such this. Did you not know in entrepreneurship, there are some people that's going to get certain opportunities just because they such and such knew they daddy or mama? Did you not know that in entrepreneurship, just because of the color of somebody's skin, they will get an opportunity? Did you not know this? So all of a sudden, you think that you leaving your job and barely operating in your job was going to bring you into a world that is a reflection of your job. And all of a sudden, let me ask you a question, entrepreneurs. How many people have you fired or all of a sudden didn't like because they pushed back against your initiative that you did not prove? You come up with a new plan and a new play every time, every other day, and you're mad that your team that you hired question you? This is the reason why crappy employees make terrible entrepreneurs. Crappy employees make terrible entrepreneurs because why? You thought that you getting your job was supposed to make you financially independent because you got the job. You never thought, damn, the people that hired me been in business so long that they had enough surplus cash to even give me an opportunity to work for them. So why wouldn't I work my way up? I know y'all saying, Jake, but I got so much natural raw potential. Y'all know how many people get drafted in the NBA and in an NFL off raw potential, but end up flopping? There's a lot of people with raw potential in the world. The question is, when does it become actual proven potential? The reason why it's so hard for entrepreneurs that think that they're CEOs, but you're not a CEO yet. This is my newest book that I just dropped. You want to make sure you go click the link in the bio or go to bizcocapital.co/store. I teach you how to be a CEO. We talk about everything in here. Everything. Ain't no big words. There's no big words. The reason why you're not getting promoted is because you're incompetent. Jake, what you mean I'm incompetent? Meaning you don't have the necessary skills to set you apart from everyone else. You know what's crazy? I hear so many pastors and teachers of the word, and even people, in the entrepreneurial business coaching space that dibble and dabble in Christianity, talk about David. But they forget that David became number one in every position that he ever held. So it was no wonder that his son Solomon became one of the wisest and richest men in the world. He had his dad that mastered every position he was in. Now, Jake, what you mean? Slow down. I'm gonna give it to you. Prophet Samuel came and said, "Hey, King David, you will be the next king of Israel." That was around David between the ages of 9 and 13. David didn't become king of Israel between the ages of 33 and 36. Everybody talks about Jesus, but you forgot that Jesus studied from the age of 13 to the age of 30. He disappeared. We forget that, right? We forget he actually became a craftsman of the thing that he said he does most. He got good at it. So good that his brothers, his half brothers, said, "Hey, Jesus, you so good at what you do. Let's go to the festival in Judea and let's see if we can go and get you some followers since you so good where we are." See, everybody sees Jesus at 30 to 33, but you forgot he built followers and credibility in his community before he became national and international. Everybody talks about David, but they forget that David was the best sheep herdsman in the land. He was the best. So he learned how to protect helpless people. What would you need to do as a king? As a king, you need to learn how to protect helpless people. Oh, helpless sheeple. Because people sometimes act like sheep when they don't have their own thoughts and opinions. They just follow the narrative in the group and they don't think opposite of it. Wait a minute. So God was teaching David how to protect and to cover and to lead sheep, because when he becomes a king, he will have to lead mindless people. Wow. But imagine if David, the moment he was said he will be next king, stopped all development and just went to try to become king, trying to kill him. He would have died before he was ready for the altar, for the position. So guess what happens? So now David went from there. Then he was, y'all forget. Some of y'all don't even know the story. Y'all be like, man, Jesus, the Bible was written by man. So was every other book and every other little etching that you saw on the pyramids, in every book that you read for your proof. You do know that that was written by man too. So if you don't like Christianity, just take the meat I'm giving you, leave everything else, because the message is still the same. David was not ready to fight against King Saul. Had he moved before he was ready, he would have died. Let me tell y'all something. A lot of y'all are dying in business because you got a vision of how your business was supposed to go, but because you forego training, because you thought that you was too good for training, you're in the position that you're in and you're not a CEO yet. I know this ain't what y'all want to hear. So if this ain't what y'all, go to them people that's gonna tell you, you strong, you smart, use impotent, use this, use you can make $1 million tomorrow if you put your mind to it. All them niggas is lying. And the reason why it takes entrepreneurs so long to become successful is because they have to learn how to be great staff. Because what you find out when you actually embody entrepreneurship and embody business building, you find out that you're never a boss, because you end up serving your customers who end up paying you, which means you will forever be what? Somebody's servant. So, exactly, 40 list. Incompetence. Think about it. Y'all be trying to leave jobs when you're shitty at customer service and thinking that all of a sudden, when you start a business, you're going to be good at the very thing you need that sustains your credibility. Credibility is built off of customer service. Do you do what you say that you're going to do? And do you do it at a high quality? Customer service. The reason why so many marketers got to keep finding new customers is because you're trashy at customer service. You're not competent. And the very first thing that black folk do, I don't know why y'all hating on me, man. I just started my business. Wait a minute. If you gonna stunt online with the Rolls Royce, if you're gonna stunt online with the watch, if you're gonna stunt online with the jet, I expect for the business to operate at the same level that these billionaires you market yourself to be like. If not, sit down and focus on the things that matter most. You're not a CEO yet. You ain't no CEO yet. Book is in a bio. Click the link in my bio. Hey, no, Kayla, we ain't even on step 3 yet. You know, class just got started. Because why? Most people that are running businesses, in particular, Black-owned businesses, we run businesses like we run scams on jobs. You get the job to get the paycheck with no intentions to over-deliver on the responsibility of the paycheck. Which is why when you get the check from the customer, you think, hey, the ebook, you got it. You create a course with no community. Hey, you got the course, you got it. Did you forget that the customers are who pay your business? You know why I call my cousins customers, my customers cousins? It's because they help take care of my family. My customers and my clients provide for my family's lifestyle. So I'm always giving above and beyond. Because true entrepreneurship is servitude. And it's not serving you, it is serving the people who pay you. How can you say that you're a self-made millionaire when it took a certain amount of customers to get you there? How you gonna be self-made when customers at jobs literally gave you the money while you telling them they job? The very people you're telling to F their job paid you with money from their job. How competent is that? Now, let me give you some game on what you're supposed to learn while you're on the job. You're supposed to learn organizational structure. Y'all, we still on 2. Incompetence. Y'all know what I talk about in this book, We Are Sick? Organizational structure. Let me tell y'all some things we talk about. We talk about the CEO skill sets you need. We talk about understanding how to lead with purpose and vision. We talk about strategic planning and execution. We talk about how to cultivate a growth culture. We talk about financial management and business growth. We talk about marketing and sales excellence from a customer's perspective. We talk about leading with influence and impact. We talk about, y'all, scripture says the greatest among us will be a servant of all. Most of these social entrepreneurs that show a lifestyle, customer service is in the trash. Another thing you're supposed to learn how the organization is structured. Y'all be like, and I'm saying y'all because I did it too. Well, I technically really didn't do it because I maxed out where I worked, but this what happens. Man, this job don't pay me what I'm worth. Well, what you worth? I'm worth more than this job. Okay. Well, what can you do? I don't know how to work Excel. I don't know how to write Word. I barely know how to read. I know how to sell stuff, but I talk too long. Well, what can you do? I don't know funnels. I don't know technology. So again, what are you worth? You're not even the best at the thing that you said you should get paid for. So what skill sets have you mastered? What skill sets have you mastered? What skill sets have you mastered? You be like, I ain't taking that other project from that job because I don't. The reason you take projects is not because you need to get paid from it. You take extra projects so that you can learn and develop new skill sets and get paid for what you already getting paid. You're learning skill sets for free. So a lot of y'all be paying people to teach you something that the job that pays you every month is willing to teach you for free. These are the reasons. What's going on, Ben? These are the reasons. So you leave your job to invest into skill sets that your job is teaching you for free. Man, you look at your job, you say, damn, like, man, I could be making so much more money. You know how many entrepreneurs, can I tell y'all a secret? You know why so many entrepreneurs struggle every month? It's like this. It's because you still haven't developed the skill sets that can run your business. So I'm gonna tell you how entrepreneurs think. As I do, I get paid. That's what I'm worth. Are you kidding me? See what you forgot when you was on your job? You forgot that there was a marketing team marketing to get customers that would pay, that actually got the product, that actually got to your facility, your department, and you just did one thing. And there's 9 other parts to the one thing you did, but you think that you deserve more money when in actuality, you didn't have the capabilities to do anything else. So of course, you're not getting paid a lot of money because you're not doing anything that, let me tell you something. What makes the people that make the most money in any company are the people that bring in the money, not the people that do the lowest jobs. Folk be like, but if I were to go to school and I were to get a degree and I learn business, that school don't teach me. Yo, the school doesn't teach you entrepreneurship. The school teaches you the skill sets you need to manage the business once you become an entrepreneur. Y'all, we so far gone, we missing it. We're so far gone, we're missing it. Think about it. You go to your job. We're still on 2. You go to your job. You do just the bare minimum to get paid. And half y'all be asleep. And you wonder why you didn't get promoted? What you say? I shouldn't have to do all that to be seen. What you think it's like in business? You got to do a whole lot to be seen. You got to give a little. You got to take a little less. You got to take a bad. Y'all know how many deals I got a bad deal in the beginning? I gave some. Y'all, can I tell y'all something? I don't brag about this, right? Because my clients know my heart. Y'all, we closed $2 million in contracts in June. Okay? We didn't fulfill all of the jobs that we need to, so I don't brag about that. What I'm saying is, do y'all know how many free master classes I gave that led up to the confidence of my clients to sign a $170,000 contract? Do you know how much abundance and over and beyond I gave in order to get customers and clients to trust me enough to sign a $170,000 contract? That's like taking a job at the lowest level, knowing that you're supposed to be an executive, but willing to do the work. Why do y'all think that Chick-fil-A has one of the best systems on planet Earth in the restaurant industry? It's because no matter where you come from and who you are, you know what Chick-fil-A says? Chick-fil-A says, hey, everybody got to start from the beginning. Chick-fil-A says, everybody got to sweep the floor. Chick-fil-A says, I don't care how much money you got, everybody got to clean a table. Why? Because there's a certain level of respect that you get when you sit in the seat of the people you consider the lowest of you. I treat my team with respect and love. You want to know why? Because I've been in each one of their positions. I've been the salesperson. I've been the head of marketing. I've been the person that cleaned the office. I've been my own assistant. I've done the paperwork. I've written the reports. I've done the financials. I've done the operations. I've created the org charts. I've built the SOPs. I've structured the training programs. I wrote our products and books. I created and developed our training programs. So there is nothing in my business that I have not done, so much so I respect every position that I hire because I know the effort it took to hold that position down. But when you lack competence, it's because you lack the ability to see the trainings that you got. The number three reason why terrible employees are terrible as business owners: no accountability. Crappy employees fail at taking accountability, period and point blank. It's everybody else's fault but your own. When you're running and you're leading a ship as a leader, everything is your fault. Y'all, there's so many losses I took in my company that I just took it on my chin. It's my fault. Why? I hired that person. I said okay to that. I didn't recognize that, but it's because I didn't check on that part of the department for 3 months. That's my fault. But it's so many of us that work our jobs that point and blame. And you don't realize these are habits that you're creating that will destroy the best of you. These are habits that you're creating that will destroy the best of your business because you think that you're a CEO, but you are not a CEO yet. That's why I wrote this book. And everybody that goes and buys this book, this will be your ticket to our free 2-day CEO boot camp. We're going to make y'all some CEOs. We're going to make y'all some executives. We're going to make y'all respect the positions. Lack of accountability. Most people that are crappy crappy employees, lack at taking accountability for anything. Well, the reason I didn't get promoted was because of, the reason why my check got cut is because of, the reason why it's such, because of, the reason why is this is because of. That's right, Mom. We create the culture that others follow. So when I looked at how bad when I looked at where my business took a hit, I didn't look left, right? I didn't look left. I didn't look up. I didn't look down. I said, that's me. And the reason why I said it's me, because ultimate leadership is to take ultimate accountability, even when it is not your fault, because it is your fault when it's not. Jake, what you mean? It is your fault when it's not. Okay, how much freedom did I give somebody? What was I telling that person to make them believe that it was okay for them to do me like that? What did I say? What were my mannerisms? What were my habits at the time that even allowed that person to even think that they can do that to me? That's my fault. Number 4, The fourth reason why terrible employees are terrible entrepreneurs: poor communication skills. Do y'all know how many black businesses hate communicating with customers? It is absolutely beyond me. We want to talk to the customers when they got reviews. We hate when it's bad, though. We call it hating when they met. Listen, can I tell y'all something? If the customer didn't believe in you, the product, or the company, they would never give a bad review. They're only giving a bad review because they are truly unsatisfied with what you told them that they would get. Fix it. Make it better. Communication is not just when you're getting a praise. Communication is when your people are discrediting you or talking bad about your business or giving you bad reviews, in talking to the person and asking them, what can I do to make it better? But a lot of us communicate the same way in our relationships. You only like talking to your significant other when they're giving you praise. But you don't like talking with your significant other when they're telling you where you lacking. That's what entrepreneurship is. I hope you knew that. Your business doesn't get better from people riding your coattail. Your business gets better when it's like, hey, Jake, you said on this day, it didn't happen on this day. I'm like, damn, it didn't happen on that day. What did I do to make it not happen on that day? Like, for an example, for my shareholders, I was supposed to get them my shareholder letter between the 3rd and the 5th. I did not. I'm not finna point fingers at all the stuff that happened that stopped me from delivering my shareholder letter. I'm going to stand 10 toes down, flat-footed, and tell my shareholders that it's my fault, and I would try my best for it to never happen again. And I understand that anything that I say and I don't come through on it is small kinks in little openings in my armor that makes them feel certain ways of distrust, and I'm going to address that head on. You want to know why? Because people that were crappy employees typically hate criticism. We hate criticism. You know why we hate criticism? We hate criticism because it forces you to have to look at yourself in a light that is different from the lie you told yourself. But how do companies get better if you don't listen to criticism? Hello? How did Mark Zuckerberg and Meta know to create Thread the moment that Twitter failed to do their part? All of a sudden, Thread damn near got more people on it or close to than Twitter. Because guess what? In entrepreneurship, as a CEO, you're responsible for every person that said yes to working with you. You're responsible for every customer and client that purchased your product. You're responsible for every piece of copy and marketing that went to the marketplace that was in representation or non-representation of you. You are responsible of that, which is why most of you are not CEOs yet. You're not a CEO yet. And if you don't take heed to criticism, your competitors will. Just like at your job. If I want your spot, I'm watching everything you don't do and everything you complain about. And I'm going to go do opposite of those things and watch me take your spot. That happens every single time. Have y'all not ever been a part of a company where you got somebody that's been there 15 years and they get passed by somebody that's younger and they mad and they claim it's because I'm old, it's because I'm white, because I'm black, because I'm a female, because I'm Hispanic, it's because I'm this, it's because I'm that, it's because no, it's because your ass lazy. And you have yet to do anything above and beyond your position. Listen, can I tell you something? If y'all want to cross $1 million a year, You got to do more than just what you get paid for. And Elon is a prime example of a sleeping giant. I'm so big, I'm so good at everything that I do that I'm not going to pay attention to all of y'all concerns. I'm only going to do the things that I want to do and watch Elon get passed up by 3. The 5th reason why poor employees are terrible entrepreneurs: negative and toxic. Crappy employees are typically negative and toxic. Crappy employees are typically negative and toxic. Hold on, y'all. My IG internet just went off. Hey, IG, can y'all hear me? We good? You too, we good? Let me tell you what negative and toxic, what it creates. High turnover on employees. Don't nobody want to be in no negative space. Decrease in employee morale. Nobody want to be in no negative environment. And you can't attract top talent to places nobody wants to stay. I hear so many people saying how much great talent always go to white companies or bigger companies. And you forget that that same great talent actually took an associate or the intern position for literally nothing before they worked their way through that big company. Why? The environment is great. In most Fortune 500 companies, they have a culture. It is a cult-like environment. They have a culture, which means that people love to work there. Think about your company. You don't even like working at your company because you half-ass. Imagine this, right? How do you imagine you're going to get top talent to help you build your company when you are showing every day that you want to exit from the thing that you claim that you love? What do you mean, Jake? You're on a vacation every week. You're not working on the business every day. So top talent gonna be like, what I'm supposed to do? Stay on the job that he don't even love? I don't want a vacation from my vacation I'm living. What people fail to realize, I tell people this all the time, I love what I do. So you can't outproduce me. You can maybe make more money than me during a period. But over the long-standing thing that they do, I love what I do. Do I like it all the time? No. But I love what I do. I live, eat, breathe, and sleep what I do. Matter of fact, I see a clear difference even in my friends. I want to talk about business all day. They don't. I want to talk about strategies to make the company better for our customers every day, all day. Most people don't. You want to make enough to just take care of your family. I want to make enough to continually take care of my staff's family, which means I got to be customer focused, not Jake focused. Hello. So I don't charge cheap. The reason why I don't charge cheap is because you're not just paying for my life. You're paying for the people's life that make the customer support so great. The 6th reason why terrible employees are terrible entrepreneurs: Most terrible employees lack vision. This is why so many of y'all got to go to all these damn masterminds and conferences. Y'all gonna be mastermind and conferenced out. How many mastermind and conferences y'all ass gonna go to? You ain't did nothing the first conference. How many of I'm just trying to figure out. I only needed to be inspired one time. I don't need to keep getting inspired by things drive their dream car. It's not inspiring to me. Scripture says, without vision, the people shall perish. That's what Scripture says. That's what Scripture says. But my question I'm posing to you is this. They keep selling you masterminds and conferences to inspire you to do what? How many masterminds and conferences are you going to go to? Most crappy employees lack vision. Hold on. How's it going? What's going on, big dog? You want those? Huh? You want those? They went to go get some furniture from the furniture store. Yeah. You actually something? Yes, I am. What's up, Doc? I'm her Uncle John. Okay, what's up, Uncle John? You sure? Oh, yeah. Okay, cool. All right, just come and stop by. Okay, man. All right, cool. All right. Listen, I'm back. Y'all, how many masterminds you gonna go to? Y'all do know that this is their. Y'all do know that this is their business model, right? Let me give you a lifestyle. They really want to live in the mansion. Y'all know y'all paying for their experience, right? Come and fly with me on a jet. The real reason they want you to fly with them on a jet is because they like you being around, but they really don't care. Listen, dog. Most crappy employees lack vision, which is why you're paying for all these conferences and masterminds because you're trying to find vision. And vision is not an external thing. Vision is only something that can come internally, and it's from God, not from a man that God is out here acting like God. I don't know how many conferences. Y'all not noticed? I don't throw conferences. I may in the future. I don't know. But I'm going to say after every conference, don't come back until you done at this. Y'all ain't noticed? At conferences, all y'all be doing is just listen to everybody else's brag story. Everybody else brag. Listen. Then you go there, you confused because everybody on the stage got different strategies that they use. Now you confused on who you should follow because everybody got 9 different strategies. You want to know why you confused? Because you lack vision. You left a job when God didn't tell you to, but you said that God told you to start a company. Now you got to keep up because you lied on God. And now you got to keep doing the thing that God never told you to do because you're there too soon. And now you got to keep all that up and say that God did it because you lied on God in the first place. God ain't never told you to leave your job to start the business. God just showed you what you could be if you continue working. You thought that was where you were today. And scripture says to write it down and make it plain so that those who see it can run with it. How can you say that God gave you a vision for something that you haven't fully planned out? Where is that? Even Jesus in scripture says, do you not count the cost it takes to build a tower? For if you do not finish that tower, your friends in your family will mock you, saying that he who bragged on the tower cannot finish it. Everybody needs a plan. Y'all keep getting plays. Where the plan? Can I tell y'all something? Let me tell you something about a play. Because I used to hoop. A play is a piece of a system. First of all, God will never give you a vision without a plan. If God gave you a vision and you don't have a plan, 10 times out of 10, God wants you to sit still until he reveals the plan to you over time, which means experience and training is the most important thing you need. So many black folk be leaving Fortune 500 companies and be like, they didn't teach me nothing. Are you kidding me? Y'all, my year and a half as a teacher, I was in everybody's business. I was a part of the curriculum building team. I was one of the coaches. I was doing duty, discipline on duty. I was in leadership meetings. Why? Because at the time, I wanted to be a superintendent. And how could I be a superintendent if I'm just doing the thing that I'm good at the time? God will never give you a vision without a plan. So if you got a glimpse of where you were supposed to be, God told David through Samuel he would be king. But David didn't have the plan to kingship. But God gave him the plan with every position he took, because each position that he mastered was what kingship actually is. God dang on it. Scripture says to write it down and make it plain so that those who see it can run with it. Let me ask you a clear question. Home that's building your home from scratch out their mind without a blueprint? Anybody? Would you ever pay someone to build your dream home from their mind without anyone following a blueprint? Yes or no? Would you ever pay anyone that says, hey, I can build your dream home, but I just got started, but I want you to pay me in full? Heck no. Why? 40 list said that ain't even legal. And a lot of you be wondering why God ain't blessed your business, because you skipped the foundational work. What's the foundational work? I talk about that in You Are Not a CEO Yet, because a lot of y'all act like CEOs. Y'all see how thick this book is? Y'all act like CEOs. Y'all ain't CEOs. I actually talk about that. You're not, us don't even know what the word means. You think due diligence just means go to Google and see if there's a company that got your name. Most of us want to start building a company and we don't even know how to properly research competition. Appreciate that 6'9" fella. No. Let's really think about this. Let's really think about this. You don't even know how to protect yourself from competition. But you want to start a company and become viral. That's like building a kingdom, calling yourself king, and being surprised that another kingdom want to destroy you. A plan. How are you going to start? How are you going to end? What's going to happen in between? Now watch this. Everything doesn't go according to plan. However, if you have a fully researched and developed plan, you can always get back to protocol. Can I tell you something? Business is like the streets. Everybody wants your block in your territory. So don't be surprised when people see you soft and you don't know what's going on, that they come and try to take what you got and sell the very thing that you have. The number 7 reason why terrible employees make terrible entrepreneurs. Again, I talked about this earlier. Terrible customer service. Y'all know how many black business owners feel like because people came to picture in their business that you doing your customer service like they didn't have thousands of other people to freaking choose from? Y'all, it really behooves me. This is how I know y'all are not a CEO yet. This is how I know you're not a CEO. And the reason why I know you're not a CEO yet, and the reason why I know you don't have the Bible of how to become a CEO, is simply because what you fail to realize, what you lack in a poor product, you can make up in amazing customer support. A great product with poor customer support, you may never get that customer back. A poor product with amazing customer support, you can win them back. But we don't understand that because why? Most of us are self-centered, selfish, and only think of what? Getting to a vacation. You know, it's so crazy that people build these great money machines only for these once in a lifetime opportunities that actually become once in a lifetime because their business isn't sustainable long term to make it, because they only built businesses to make quick money from their customers and never intended to actually give them everything. Listen, can I tell you something? Every business that has lasted over 100 years has amazing customer support. And if they don't have good customer support, that means their prices high or low? When the customer support is trash, are the prices high or are they low? Anyone? YouTube, Instagram, anybody? If a company has terrible customer support and they've been around years, are their prices high or low? And when I mean by low, I mean under $50. If I really want to be frank, under 30. So why in the hell are some of y'all selling high ticket products with a low ticket customer service? You don't have a ticketing system. And when customers, can I ask y'all something? Y'all do know that customers are going to reach out all the time. Even if you told them 48 hours, they're going to reach out 9 times in 48 hours. Can I tell you why? Because the customer says in their mind, I already paid you. So it doesn't matter how I respond. when I pick up the phone. You already spent the money that I paid you to feed your family or your team's family. So I want what I paid for. Now, watch this. I know a lot of y'all like, Jake, but sometimes customers be tripping. They be putting the wrong email and don't check this and don't check that. Can I tell you something? That just means that you have a terrible customer service department. Jake, how is that my fault? Very simple. When I'm sending out electronic products, you think that once they purchased it and it's electronic, that's it. You barely knew how to use backend.io yourself. You barely knew how to get to a website 2 classes you bought ago. Now, all of a sudden, you think that people just gonna know. People don't even check their email to save their life, let alone remember to check their email after they come on, dog. You got to do your due diligence. You got to make sure they got what they have. You got to make sure that, can I tell y'all something? The reason why I write books is not because we make millions on books. It's because we do. It's because this is a piece of physical interaction that I can with a customer that lets me know that they received it. It's a physical experience to a virtual world. So now this is what we do. This is what black folk do. Then we frustrated. So then you take your crazy ass online to talk shit to the customers that didn't know how to get your product, because first of all, on your site, you didn't mention it. Second of all, you had poor grammar. You didn't mention it. Third of all, you made it seem like it was just so simple to get access and didn't even mention what to do after. And because the majority of your customers work jobs, they're not buying 11,000 courses and classes like you are. And the best part of building and working with customers is that once your customer sees that you're patient at readjusting and teaching them the schedule, and readjusting and teaching them how to go through customer support, readjusting and teaching them who to reach out to, do you not know that all you got to do is teach a customer one time? Y'all be like, but the information's everywhere. So how many times have you just seen an email online and still try to find the customer support number somewhere? Only to say, hey, listen, I don't mean to be a bother. I just didn't get it. I don't know where it was. And they say, just check this email. Oh, it's the wrong email. Thank you so much. Y'all be so quick of getting the one-time money that you miss the content. Listen, my customer cousins, they purchase all our shit. When our customers buy from us, they buy everything. Maybe not at one time, over time. Well, Jay, why would I do that? Why would they do that? Because our customer support and what we give in overvalue is so much. Our clients feel like they're robbing us every time they're paying us because of the value, because of the experience. Number 8, The main reason why terrible employees make terrible entrepreneurs. Financial mismanagement. Crappy employees typically have terrible finances. We ain't got to prove that. We don't. Because typically crappy employees don't respect where they are. And because they don't respect where they don't respect the money that they're making where they are. Because they don't respect where they are, they don't respect the money that they're making where they are, they're going to burn through that money because they don't respect where they are. Habits to your business. You don't respect where you are financially, so you never reinvest into your staff. I try to make it a point. Everything I got, I want my team to have. Everything I got, I want my team to have. I got red bottoms. My squad got red bottoms. I travel in high luxury. My squad travels in high luxury. I'm reinvesting into these people that are helping me build the thing. Because I remember being an employee and not feeling appreciated. Can I tell you something? A lot of y'all think that these top talented people are only there to make money from you. When in truth, they just want to be understood, heard, respected, and treated like what they bring to the table actually matters. Y'all know that? There's a lot of people that would prefer to work a job and work with someone to make the $4,000 a month that they're making on their own. They've only left their job because they just wanted to feel appreciated, seen, heard, and understood. That's it. That's it. But because, watch this. Let me tell you also what terrible employees do. You steal from your job. Oh shit. Jake, why you going there? Because I got to. The first thing you steal from your job is time. You know you didn't work 40 hours that week, but you took that 40-hour check knowing you only gave half-ass effort. You barely did anything. Yep. You stole money from your boss who gives his life or her life to the company, and you acted like you worked the entire week, and matter of fact, the entire month, and then you pressing them for a full paycheck and to get paid on time when they never got your work on time. You're a thief. So when you start your company, you steal. You say you're going to do something, you don't do it. You half-ass deliver, you never make it better. You give them pitch poor effort. You're a thief. You're not a CEO yet. You are a thief. By the way, I keep bringing up this book because this is my newest book. You are not a CEO yet. This is a CEO guideline or Bible, if you will, teaching how to be an effective CEO. If you purchase this book, it is a free ticket. If you purchase this book, it is a ticket to a free CEO boot camp. You get 3 days with us, not 2. It's 3 days actually. 3-day boot camp. When you purchase this book, you're going to be allowed to come to the CEO boot camp if you purchase this book. You're a thief. And when you start your company, you mad that your team do what you did to them, what you did to somebody else. You steal pens from the job. You steal paper from the job. You steal resources from the job. You steal network. You steal numbers from the job. What is that? That's financial mismanagement. Because guess what? Somebody's going to do it to you when you're running your company, and you're going to know exactly how that feels to steal. Because every dime that you make as an owner goes into your company, and for your team and for your staff to steal it, What do you think is going to happen when you run your shit? When your last bit of money you put into the company to make the company move forward, but your staff is stealing time, resources, information, number. They're stealing everything from you and giving half of what they can deliver. Y'all think that being a sorry employee, all of a sudden you're going to become a good entrepreneur? Why do y'all think it takes so long for people to be successful as entrepreneurs? Y'all, it didn't take me long when I went full time. I was making 6 figures as a teacher. Yes, as a teacher. I was making 6 figures as a teacher. And when I went to entrepreneurship, I was making 6 figures as an entrepreneur. I've never not made 6 figures in a year. And as of since 2017, our company has never done less than $1 million a year, ever. Why? Because I was a great employee. I was a great second in charge. I was great at taking advice. I was great at taking criticism. Because all of these things are precursors to what you're going to get when you run your business. Number 9, the number 9 reason why terrible employees make terrible entrepreneurs: resistance to change. Once you get adapted to a specific thing, most terrible entrepreneurs hate change. And what do you think happens in business every single day? Change. Change. And the number 10. The number 10 reason why people that are terrible employees are terrible entrepreneurs: you lack commitment and passion. You lack commitment and passion. Jake, what do you mean we lack commitment and passion? Oh, it's very simple. You only did the job to make money, and you're only running your business to make money, which is why you don't care about the customer experience at all. You have no sympathy or empathy that person could be giving you their last dollar to get your service. And because you're only doing it for money, you give them a lackluster a job or service, and you wonder why they never come back. I don't have to beg my clients and my customers for reviews. They give it just off the strength. Why? Because we over-deliver. See, I don't know what happens in this entrepreneur space where all of a sudden we fake it till we make it, and we become so high that we forget. Can I tell you something? Just like there are one-hit wonders in every other thing in life, business, sports, entertainment, the same thing goes for entrepreneurship. I know a lot of people that made $1 million during the pandemic that ain't made $1 million in a year yet again. I know a lot of people that made $1 million in a year back in the 90s, early 2000s, that I looked up to, that are still chasing the clout and the allure that they received from making the bread. And anytime you do anything just for money, but you won't get away from them tomorrow. And I don't know if you recognizing, but everyone that thinks they get away with a scam ends up doing another scam again and winds up getting put in prison. Because let me tell you about the feds. The feds don't come when you're at your lowest. There's no benefit to them. The feds come when you're at your highest. That's how that's the number one funding source for the feds. So they will wait and build a case of potential. You made the money you wanted to make. You got the properties you want to make. And when they see you starting to die down and you stop to do that, let me tell you something. That's when they come. Because now they got multiple properties to seize, multiple cars to seize, an extensive bank account to seize. You've been lying and flipping and flopping and scamming so long, you thought that you got away with it, but they got a whole track record. And believe me, when the feds come knocking on your door, you ain't beating the feds. They already got you beat. Have you not noticed? Even in all movies, shit always happens when a person has a change of heart. What they want to do, they want to change their ways and clean up everything. And no, feds ain't letting you off with that. And can I tell y'all something? If you create amazing products, you really only need about 2,000 customers to make $1 million a year. You don't need millions of followers to make $1 million a year. You only really need about 2,000 customers in total that are consistent buyers to make $1 million a year. Did y'all know that? Get 2,000 customers to spend about $50 a month on average with you. That's 1.2 million a year. You want me to go further? If you had 500 customers that spend they bought about 4 products monthly from you regularly at $50 a month, that's a 1.2 million a year. And can I tell you one more thing? Scripture says, wealth gained hastily, which means fast. You lose it just as fast. Now, Jake, what is wealth? Wealth is the accumulation of assets you can't afford. Wealth is the accumulation of responsible relationships and opportunities you can't afford to continue. Listen, let me tell you something. The price of getting something is always cheaper than the price of keeping something. Jake, what you mean? Yeah, you want that $1.2 million house, but you forget that taxes is $50,000 a year. Yeah. You want that Rolls Royce. You forget maintenance on a Rolls Royce is about $25,000 a year if you want to keep it up to date and everything popping. See. If you look at the grand scheme of things, getting something, you'll always get it at its cheapest value than long-term maintenance of something. Like, for an example, a lot of you brothers out here that's paying for women, paying for attention and trying to buy them. Yeah, it's easy to pay for them to come on a date with you. Easy to pay them for nice clothes and things. And one underscore 29p. Exactly. I had one. I got rid of mine. That car. Matter of fact, the Rolls Royce not even comfortable to drive. But I'm gonna come back. It's easy to pay for that girl, but what you failed was the cost of keep. It's the maintenance. So wealth gained hastily, you lose it just as fast. But wealth gathered little by little. What is this saying? Go at the pace that you can keep up with the maintenance. What's that mean, Jake? You want a big business. That sounds good until the maintenance of keeping up that big business means something. Jake, what you mean? Y'all, did y'all know it takes a minimum of between $65,000 and $84,000 a month just for my companies to break even? One underscore 29p. Exactly. Yeah. Bro, it's the best market, but the worst drop. Is listen, when the hubcap, when my hubcap popped off on my Rolls Royce, and it cost me damn near $400 to fix the hub just to get a hubcap. That's when I said, "Oh no, I don't need this. Let me go back to my Porsches." Y'all, y'all. Let me tell y'all, to run my companies, it's between 62, 65 to 82,000 a month just to break even. And I may or may not get paid, depending on where we are in the 60 to the 82. But our machine runs. Why? Because I'm not building my business for today's cash. I'm building it for tomorrow's cash flow. Y'all have missed that. One other's going to it. What's your name, bro? Hey, he right on the money. Shit, y'all can go listen. You go get that if you want to. Hey, I bet that S class, bro. I bet that S class got more amenities than that Rolls Royce did. See, when you're building a business, you have to build a business for the future, not just to take care of you today. And so many of you start companies that only support you, and you wonder why you're the only one there. You want to know why your children don't want your company? Because they see the job you do every day. It doesn't inspire them. So why would they want to come and take your job when you work 50, 60 hours a day and you've been doing that 30 years? That seemed like prison to them. That ain't no business. They're taking your job. They're not taking your business. Two total different concepts. So those are the 10 reasons why you're not a CEO yet. What I want you to do, I want you to go to link in my bio or go to bizcocapital.co // store, and you get access to this book. Now, what I can say, it is available on Amazon, but because we don't track Amazon, that won't count as a ticket to the store. So you need to purchase this new book. You are not a CEO yet. These ain't one of those elementary books. This is a guide on how to really build in 8-figure. When I say 8-figure, we're upwards of 28 plus million in our portfolio, debt free. Show you how to build out a company and become the CEO that you desire, or it's going to let you know what you ain't got. So you can go and partner with or work with somebody that got this. Let me tell you something. Your business will not make it long term. So listen, link in my bio or go to bizco capital, bizco capital.co / store, and you'll get this. Okay. Somebody said this is about 655 ebooks in one. Yeah. I ain't got nothing. I ain't got nothing to say about no damn ebook. I'm gonna let that be. Cause I still got friends that do the ebook hustle. And I ain't gonna say nothing. But I will say this though. If you're selling a book, an ebook that you did not write and you know really nothing about, but you're using that book as credibility of your expertise, you are a fraud. God ain't in that business. And I can guarantee you one thing, it won't be sustainable. Telling you. I'm proud of my books. You can't find nobody else got because I wrote them. Come on. When you see 480 plus pages in a book, I wrote it. It's mine. Okay. So if you want to become a better CEO, this book, when you get this, will be your ticket to the CEO bootcamp. You get this book, you get invited to the 3-day CEO bootcamp. No, it's no extra money. No, you ain't got to buy no other ticket. No, it's not $500. No, it's not a mastermind at a mansion. No, this is me teaching you and training you for 3 days how to transition from founder to CEO. And a lot of the tricks and trends you getting online is going to cause for you to fail. If your business is not just as balanced offline as it is online, you have no business to me. We got just as many clients that we get offline as we have clients that we get online because of the anchoring that you have to do to build a legitimate long-term business, okay? Listen, I love you. There's nothing you can do about it. If you don't have our newest book, you are not a CEO yet. Uncovering the secrets of how to become a founder to a CEO. You need to get this book. If you buy businesses, you need to get this book. If you run businesses, you need to get this book. If you want to dream of starting a company, you need to get this book, because this book are all of my things that I've learned, and I don't teach it like a story. I give you a guide on what you need based on priority to become the CEO that I know you desire to be, okay? So you are not a CEO yet. When you get this book is going to be your ticket to coming to be a part of our August 8th, August 7th through the 9th training, okay? I appreciate that. 1_29P. I appreciate that. Listen, I'm just going to tell y'all one thing. I'm never going to tell you what the trend is. I'm going to tell you what you need. Business is hard. Leadership is even harder. Growing your company is even more difficult. But if you have a plan and you have a system and you're getting properly trained, not to make quick money, but long-lasting capital. Your business, you need to think of it as, I'm building an ATM for my future. Not, I'm going to rob my bank today. If you can think about your future, you can secure it. Okay, I love you. Nothing you can do about it. Get the book, and I'll see you on the boot camp. The 7th through the 9th, August 7th through the 9th. Get this book now. You better take care, okay? Peace. YouTube, what we think? I know the camera's a little pixelated. It's not as high quality, but I feel like we still delivered an amazing training. And listen, if you don't have this book, you are absolutely missing out. August 7th through the 9th is going to be a workshop. It's going to be a boot camp, training you how to go from founder to CEO. Everything you need to, well, no, it won't be everything. This book has everything that you need to know about becoming a CEO. But the boot camp is going to whip you into shape quickly, because whether you're buying businesses, starting a company, or running an organization, you have to learn how to think like a CEO. And most founders have terrible thought processes on entrepreneurship, which is why so many founders never can get to the highest level or the next position, okay? So I want you to understand that all of this comes with training. It comes with work. It comes with development. But the biggest thing I want you to understand is this, that if you can overcome certain obstacles in certain things, you can receive the life that you dream. So listen, you are not a CEO yet, 480 pages. Hey, listen, we're independent. We won't have no book deal yet. One day we may. But in tune, I'll see you in a boot camp. Peace.